Hi, this is Dr. Harris Jensen with, let's just call it an anxiety uh, booster story. This is from the waters of the Columbia River. Every spring, I go fishing with my buddies Guy, David, and Peter. I've written about them in my book, Prescription for Positivity, but this story isn't in the book. So I flew like 800 miles there. I get on the water with my buddies. There's four of us. We fish 4 hours, nothing, not even a bite. So I reel up my lure. I pluck off the worm, just throw it out into the river. I was so pissed off. And then my friend David says, "What did you just do?" "What do you mean?" "What did you just do?" "I threw a worm in the river. What's wrong with that?" And he said, "Well, we always need a worm to catch fish here. They don't bite on lures that are just bare." Well, I said, "That worm wasn't catching any fish, so I threw it away." "Well, yeah, I saw that," David said, "but you're not going to catch any fish." "Well, who are you to tell me how to catch fish?" "Just put a worm on," he said. I could tell he was getting emotional. So I put another worm on the hook and threw out my jig. And I swear to God, 5 minutes later, wham, 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 I have a fish on. And, well, yeah, this now has become my moment of shame. And so, seeking to protect my reputation, I tried to shake the fish off. So I just held the rod over the side of the boat, gave it slack line, shook the rod around, like, get off, spit that darn thing out. Fish wouldn't get off. I had to reel it in. So I'm reeling it in. David says, "Do you need a net?" "Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess I do." And so he nets the fish, and I expected, an "I told you so," but nothing doing. Guy and Peter were, mum's the word. And then we would usually talk to David's dad on the drive home from the river back to the hotel there at the Grand Coulee Dam, one of the largest dams in the world, engineering marvel. You can look it up on Wikipedia. But so, okay, we're driving back, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's okay. We caught a few fish. So we call David's dad, and he says, "How's it going, boys?" "Really good. We caught a few fish." "Oh, that's great." And then Guy says, "Yeah, and Harris pulled the worm off his hook and he threw it in the river." "What? What?" David's dad said, "You always have to have a worm on the hook or you're not going to catch anything." "Yeah, I know." But, well, David's dad said, "What did Harris say?" "Well, he said he wasn't catching any fish on that worm, so it made perfect sense to just throw it away." And David's dad thought a little bit, and then he said, "Well, Harris wasn't catching anything on that fishing rod. He should have thrown that away too." Like, oh man, zing! Yeah. So we laughed till our stomachs hurt, and that's one of our rolling jokes every time we get back on the river. "Oh, did you throw a worm off the hook, Harris? Oh, do you need a worm?" Okay, that's what good friends are there, to pester you. All right, well, take care. This is funny story number 1.